a second. There's normally a delay on it. All right. There we go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Chris Bagatini, but we will get started shortly. We are going to be sending the link out to everyone, and once I send the link out to everyone, we'll get started.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Clay? What's up, Evan? Make sure you send this out to everyone. What's up, Big Nate?
Yes, sir. Man, I'm pumped.
I am too. What's up, Jana? We'll be getting started shortly. Make sure you send this link out to everyone. Like the video. Make sure you're keeping chat alive, as questions will be asked from the chat at the end of my questions. So be looking for that. What's up, Gamble? So normally it takes about like 5 minutes for me to send the link out to everyone.
You should create like a massive group chat.
A massive group chat? Like an Aden Davis like notification squad?
That's what I would do.
I'll have to work on that. Let me know if you want to be
Yes,
in
sir, Charlie. Yes, sir.
I think that I've got to do that.
Yeah, you're.
I don't have Snapchat though, so I probably have to be through messages.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for you to send it to me. Come on, buddy.
You're on it. How do you need the link?
I need this. Do you not want it on the snap?
All right, I got you.
All right. Let me.
What's up, MacGyver?
Got it. Easy. Oh, it's a new one. No, right here. There you go. All right. Sweet.
So we will be getting started shortly soon.
MacGyver. Yes, sir.
So, Seabass, anything you want to say before we start?
I'm just looking forward to answering your questions.
Try to get as many people as possible in here.
All right. You ready to start?
Yeah, we can start now. There's enough people in here. So, let me pull my questions up for you. So, Seabags, where are you from?
Right here in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Born and raised?
Yes, sir.
So, what position do you play?
I play linebacker and tight end.
What do you look for playing in college?
Probably outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker.
Yeah, wherever I can fit in.
What is it that you love from football?
I really love the team aspect of it and how I can really gain like 50 friends in like a whole season, and I feel like I have a crazy connection with all those guys, and I love doing it for them.
So when did you start playing football?
It's probably like five or six.
And what position were you playing when you were younger?
I was a nose tackle.
Really?
Yes, sir. Nose tackle. You know, a lot of in the Pee Wee football, everything was under the center, right? So I just push the center over and sack the quarterback. It was
Gobbled everything up?
it was easy.
So,
It still is easy, actually.
what have you learned from football?
See, that's a really in-depth question. That I can't. When I say what have I learned, I've learned obviously tons of technique things wise, but I've really just learned how to be a better person and really grow from how football has impacted my life.
So, you have won a plethora of awards in high school, too many to list in this interview. But what awards are you looking for in college?
I'm not really an award I'm looking for. I'm just looking to make an impact with Austin P and do my best that I can.
So, like a conference championship?
You could say that.
I could say that. What do you mean?
I mean, I just want to go play ball with my bros.
So define success for me then. Whenever you're playing in college, what's your end goal with college? Are you trying to make the NFL? Are you trying to retire as a great football player in Austin Peay's history? Coaching?
Yeah, I'd never coach, by the way. I think my end goal would be just put my best forward every day and just go from there. That's what I've done my whole life. Take one day at a head. I can't really look for it too far into it.
So, your favorite pregame snack is Wendy's, and why is Wendy's the thing that you want to eat before a game?
3 things: cheap, it tastes good, and it's right by Clarksville High. Easy.
So, what is Chris Bagatini's order whenever he's in Wendy's?
Man, I go straight 4 for 4, bacon cheeseburger, honey mustard with my chicken tenders. Nuggets. And then with a Powerade, and I pull up to the field house with that. I eat it in a parking lot, and usually we got some like a little snack bag if we're on the road or something. But it gets me going. It's not something light, but plenty of carbs there.
Do you think that Wendy's would still be a pregame snack at Austin Peay?
See, just depending how much they're putting out, I guess.
You trying like to spice things up a bit in college? Try to switch it up?
I'm a guy of repetition, so probably not. To be honest.
So junior and senior year, you were a captain. Why do you think that your teammates voted you as one?
It's well, for one, you can't be a captain. Like, I can't go and say, "Oh, Aden, you're gonna follow me around this whole time, and you're gonna look up to me when I'm not, one, a respectable person. Two, I feel like, does a captain have to be a good player? Do you think so? Not necessarily. Okay, but I'm not gonna listen to a captain that's barrel of the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that I think I'm, someone that doesn't give their full effort every day, and someone that I just don't respect. I don't think they're good. I don't think I'd respect that. I'm gonna. But my freshman year, I put my head down and worked. Got a little bit of varsity play. I just trying to. I was going with. I played JV a lot. I was just trying to go with the flow with a lot of things. In my sophomore year, I really took a big, big jump from where I was at. Started on offense as an H-back, and I just the team, like all my peers, all my people in my class and all the freshmen just came in. They're like, oh yeah, he's like the only underclassman playing. So I think that had a part in it, but I really wouldn't say that. I'd really say it's just my work ethic and dedication and how everyone sees me from day one. And I feel like you watch me work out every day, and the just intensity I go through with that, and people just gravitate towards the energy. So
for the people who don't know, whenever we are going out to practice normally in the season, we have to walk across the game field. You are the only person that I've seen every day for my 2 years at Clarksville High that runs across the game field.
Yeah.
Why is it that you do that?
Well, see, there's like a lot of things that go into it. People think, oh, he's just a maniac running across the thing. No. For one, I need to get my heart rate going. We are all nonchalant in school. I need to get my heart rate going. And for one, I feel like if, they see me running, yeah, they may not run, but they're like, it's practice time. And, it really gets me, being the first few on the field after I get my, stuff on, it gives me time to go mess around, do the things I want to do, just like outside, like a little kid, I'll go and punt a football, 5 times, but I'm also down there just stretching a little bit and trying to get ready to pummel you all, so.
Because I remember just very first couple of days of freshman year, and of course I'm walking because I don't understand what's going on, and I just see this huge 6'4" guy who probably he does everything better than me, knows everything, and he in a second he hits the end zone. It's like a full on sprint.
Yeah. See, but it's like. And of course, Diego started doing that with me. And then I was like, when he started doing that with me, I feel like his game just went from here to here. Just because it's almost like he bought in so much. And when he came here, he was at Ross, wearing number 53, not on the, depth chart. And then we came here, we adopted him, I put my word out for him. And, he did that with me for probably this past year. A few weeks in, he started doing it with me every day. He'd push me. Even when I'd set 2 feet on, and then I hear Diego come. I hear him running. I'd be like, yeah, let's go. I'd be like, let's go. And that just really it's like being him with because he's really my brother. He pushed me a lot. He doesn't get enough credit as Diego Buck. Hopefully he sees this. He probably won't.
So you've been wearing number 10 for my 2 years there. Were there any numbers you've been wearing before?
Yeah.
So freshman year, what did you wear?
I wore 18.
And sophomore year, what did you wear?
18. But the thing with 18, right? There was only an away jersey. The home jersey was rigged. So I wore 18 on the away games, and then I wore whatever number I could, whatever number was eligible that I could on. So Thursdays I'd be scrambling, and then they'd be like, somebody would be like, Bags just needs an eligible number, and I didn't care because I knew that it's not necessarily, oh yeah, I had number 10, but I knew my place then. I knew there's people who obviously put in a lot more work for the program, not work in total, but more work for the program, had more more of a flex with the program. And I'm not really that guy to be like, oh, I'm playing and you're not, but you got 13. I mean, no, DeMar Essery had 13, very good ball player, but 14, whatever. I was never the type of guy to do that, so I just went with the flow, and it was, my mom texted me before the game, so what number are you wearing? I'm like, you know what, Mom, I really don't know right now.
So what made you pick 10, junior and senior year?
See, it's kind of weird, because 18 was owned by a guy named Ethan Hurt, who, when I came in as a freshman, it was the two outside starting linebackers were Zamari and Ethan Hurt, right? And then Ethan, he was having some troubles during his senior year, so I got to, start in places of him, across from Z. But he had 18, and he's the one that ripped it. So when that one got ripped, the last year before I came, so my 8th grade year. So I took 18 from him, right? And then sophomore season go, and then we have a spring game, and I'm in 6. And then Jamar goes, "Oh, my brother wore 6. I really want 6." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man. I don't really. And then I was like, "Let's go to 10. I feel like I can vibe out with 10, and I love it."
Because whenever you think of 10, like I know a lot of people with their numbers, they think of pro players. When I think of 10, I think of Tyreek Hill, and I think you and Tyreek Hill.
I think of Cooper Kupp.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Best receiver in the league.
Oh, spicy takes right now. This guy actually predicted that Cooper Kupp would win the MVP.
Yes.
The Super Bowl MVP.
I did. When you watch enough football, you can tell who really wants it, and those last few drives, him and Stafford. It comes out after the game. How many hours they put into it, and you're like, I could probably tell you that week 1. Seeing their chemistry and everything, and I just love I love what Cooper Kupp has done. Not necessarily for it seems like a lot of receivers, they're Cooper Kupp's not what you typically see as normally you're thinking, receiver, you're thinking, Tyreek Hill, Megatron, you're thinking of those guys. Big dominant guy, speedy as, all run 4.3s, 6'5", I know Tyreek Hill's small, but and then Cooper Kupp just embraces the embodiment of what you really had to do to play at that level. I mean, Buddy ran a 4.6 and his pro day, so I mean, I just thought I didn't necessarily choose 10 because Cooper Kupp. I choose 10 just because I needed a number, and it worked.
Trademarked it.
I trademarked it. Hopefully someone worthy enough takes it. I mean, Seth left and Wyatt got 40, which I don't necessarily know what happened about that because Wyatt's a bonehead, but I hope he sees that.
So with that being said, what makes you different that you would say from other players? Why would you be considered a better player than, say, player B?
For one, my preparation. I feel like even dating back to. I think we can go 2 weeks from last year, and it's as soon as I got that break and as soon as I came back, I knew what the purpose in mind was, and I really just took off from there. I don't really think anyone prepares over the game more than I do, because I'm athletic, but I'm not the most athletic. I'm not the most fastest, but there's things where I can tell you what you're gonna run right before you run it, just cause. But
how much effort you put into the game?
Yeah, definitely. No one's ever gonna outwork me, and everyone knows that, And I just hold that so true to myself. I'll just go do whatever. July we're running sprints, right? Mm-hmm. We got to run 16 of them. I'm looking at 16. I'm like, this is gonna be a breeze, cause I ran 20 yesterday, and I did it, and then obviously, but no one really sees what goes on. No one really sees, because I'm not posting on Snapchat. I'm not posting on Twitter,
People only see you on Friday nights, and
people only see you on Twitter.
Naturally gifted.
Yeah.
They don't see the work that goes into it.
No one sees the work, and I'm not gonna post my stuff out there, and then this guy from West Creek be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go run because the Matt Clark's are running." Heck no. You're not going to get any motivation from me. I saw a dude working today that I know. I'm like, actually, I need to get to work, it's a cat and mouse game, and I'm trying to be the cat, but,
So, who do you model your play after?
Chris Bagatini.
So
to be honest with you.
If you were going to say, there's any, pro player that you, would want to represent, that's... your comparison.
See, that's a better question. T.J. Watt, definitely.
T.J. Watt.
Definitely, not even what he does on the field, but how him and his family proceed with things off the field, there's multiple tragedies that happen, like the one in Wisconsin, they're donating, they're the player, they're the character award guys, like Andrew Whitworth was, it's people know me, people know you're gonna get a good quality guy, and obviously we're out here and we're second the QBs like TJ Watt, celebrating like TJ Watt. Just got to get there.
So you think your boy would be like a rush, like you want to be a rush linebacker type of?
Yeah, I'm too physical to hang out with those pretty boys outside.
So, what would you say is like your biggest strength as a player?
See, my biggest strength is my strength though.
Ooh.
Cause I feel like no one power cleans as much as me. No one benches as much as me. And when I see people do it, I'm like, wow, there's so much I have left to do. Mm-hmm. I know this guy who's a preferred walk-on in Austin Peay right now. Me and him talk a little bit. I see the things he sends me videos all the time. I'm like, wow, we can really power clean that much. It's like when I'm looking at people who I want to be around, that's people I want to be around. I'm looking at people I want to be around that push me. And then, yeah, really.
So I've never really seen you as like a guy that's like been like, I have to work my way up. How are you preparing yourself mentally for Austin Peay, becoming a preferred walk-on? You're not getting your school is not entirely paid for. You have to balance that student football athlete type of balance. What's your mentality going into Austin Peay?
Like you said, you never see me as someone that had to work out. I've always been that guy from day one. The starter. But a lot of people don't know, just what I've really done in my life. Everyone has their struggles. Everyone has their battles. I'm not going to go over here and say my struggles are worse than yours. But to be honest, I've been working on my life, just trying to escape from the perception of what people have about my family or whatever. I'm trying to create a new ends for myself. So really, it's no different from the regular world. It's just now, instead of competing with high school players that they're like, yeah, I'm on the team and I play football, but now I'm in college football and this is really like a business where I have to excel from the day one I get there, which means I have to be prepared prior. And which, one thing people can take from this is, if you want to do good at something, you gotta plan your work and work your plan. And someone who told me that, I'm very thankful for them. Not gonna name drop anybody, but I'm very thankful for them and just the supporting cast I have around me. I can go to Austin Peay, not play 4 years, but I still feel like I'd be proud just because, for one, who's going to stick around playing 4 years, never going to get to play, Mm-hmm. I mean, like...
Most people transfer.
No, most people transfer, and most people quit, go work a job, Mm-hmm. I say, whatever happens, I get there, I get embarrassed from day one. I get embarrassed day two. I get embarrassed day three. Obviously, I'm talking it up like it's nothing, but obviously I'm going to be down, Mm-hmm. But for me to overcome that, you think about, I played college football at Austin Peay. Mm-hmm. How rewarding is that?
How many people can say that,
Yeah. How many people can say that? And it's not like obviously I had other offers, but you want to go to a place where, for one, coaches leave, you're not out of job, Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I'm not there necessarily to go to the league, Mm-hmm. I'm there to get an education and really continue as a man that I want to be, and whether it's under Coach Walden, which I love, Coach Cap, yes sir, very influential guys, and I'll talk about them a little bit more.
So, you told me, and this is a conversation me and you had, that I asked you, why would you pick Austin Peay over the other colleges that we as your teammates were aware that they've given you a lot of incentives to go there?
Yeah, right.
What were the 2 words that you gave me that why you stayed here and went to Austin Peay?
What?
You said Ryan Rodriguez.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ryan is... he lives right down the street. Oh, man, we should have Ryan on the interview. We should have Ryan on there. There's no telling what he'd say, though. But, listen, the thing, Ryan... the things Ryan does for that team, when I say he's probably more influential than me, and just getting the guys rowdy, that is just like my guy.
In the nicest way possible, you could probably say, when Ryan speaks, people listen.
Definitely. I love him with all my heart. He's on the tennis team. We practice every day. I take him home. We're jamming out in the car. We're getting college G's. He's trying to get me to become a Chiefs fan right now, which I don't want any part of it.
He has a plethora of Patrick Mahomes jerseys.
Yes. Man, Ryan, I told him that. He was like, I told him that, and he's like, oh, you're playing at Austin P? He's like, and he just didn't think of it. I was like, yeah, Austin P right here in town. He's like, oh, you're staying here? I was like, yeah. He was like, what's their slogan again? I was like, let's go P. I was like, and he was like, let's go P. I was like, the joy that he brings me, and he's probably one of my best friends, to be honest with you.
So whenever you become a big name in Austin P, which I'm predicting is going to happen, knowing your worth ethic, we got to get Ryan a feel like an on-field pass.
Yes, we do. That'd be, if I'm worthy enough, which only time will tell.
Mm-hmm. I think seeing Ryan on an Austin P sideline would be awesome.
Yeah, we definitely need to hook him up with some gear if I can do that.
So, if we were going to say about like, we've covered your strengths, now we have to cover your weaknesses. What is something that you have to get better at?
It's a whole different ballgame at college level, D1 level. I gotta get faster. Gotta get stronger. My mind has to be more prepared. My mind has to be faster. And really when you think of it, middle school, 8th grade, what do I know now? I mean, what did I know then and what do I know now? Mm-hmm. It's a whole nother game. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's like, you may think, you're, this, that. I think I'm Chris Bagatini, Mm-hmm. That's never going to change. But with my weaknesses, everything, man. Well, you're looking at me, you're looking at me, and then you're looking at a 5-year guy, that has red shirt and a COVID year. Yeah, I got weaknesses. I got every weakness in the book, buddy. But I tell you what, no one's tougher than me, and that's what I always will rely on.
So, what is it that you're entirely doing then? Like, what's something that you're indulging in that to get your mind right, to get your speed like up to par?
I think the more weight you're carrying, the more weight you're pushing, the faster you are, and definitely it's proven. Obviously I'm running here and there. We're in the off season, so I'm trying to get bigger and trying to compete with those linemen. Necessarily. To say I'm starting all over again would be true. It's just I say I prepare, but sometimes you feel like it's never going to be enough, and you're just preparing all the time, and that's what I look forward to.
It's because at Clarksville High, you are known everywhere as that's Seabags, that's Chris Bagatini right there, but at Austin P, you're a preferred walk-on. Definitely.
It's
going from hot to cold.
Definitely.
So how are you preparing your mind mentally? Are you meditating? Like what things? How do you prepare yourself mentally for such a big leap?
I'm not meditating, Aden. I'm not meditating. Now, if you want to sit around the campfire, have a little kumbaya sesh, as Antonio Brown would say, I'm down. But that's so funny. Did you watch the podcast?
I did.
I watched the whole 2 hours of it. To say how am I getting my mind right from being, basically the guy to being not the guy, to put it in words, It's, it's going to be a challenge. And when I sit here, I tell you right now, it's going to be a challenge. But the challenge is so more in depth than I can ever say and that I can ever imagine. Because one, I've never done it, Mm-hmm. Two, I had no idea what to expect. Yeah, I know, all sorts of things. But, for me to go in, day one, say, I'm Chris Bagatini, that's never going to change. I'm always Chris Bagatini, I'm always going to be Seabags, I'm always going to be this. But whether your perceptions of me change, oh, he's an all right college player. Oh, he's a special teamer, and sort of, oh, he's an all-state guy, he's the best in the city, whatever. It's like, whether your perception changes on me, I'm still going to be the same guy, and that's just what I'm going to carry with me.
So, you obviously played all 4 years at Clarksville High.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite memory from Clarksville High?
Okay.
Let's try to keep it PG.
Okay.
Let's try to keep it
Okay, we'll keep it PG. Everything's PG. Okay, so it was my sophomore year at camp. No, okay. Yeah, it was my sophomore year at camp. And someone, camp. Have you been to camp?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm the COVID freshman.
Yeah, you're right. I should know that. So when you go to camp, you're being there for 4 or 5 days. So you're obviously, and you only get fed 3 times, you're going to bring food, right? And then, the smarter people will be like, yeah, let's bring X amount of foods, X amount of Powerades, and let's sell them, right? Okay. So a good, well, not really a good friend of mine, but he's all right. Jordan, as you know, fatso, right? Comes in, duffel bags of food, right? And when I say someone got in his goodie bags, and he went ape. And listen, there may or may not have been a hole in the wall, right? Listen, hopefully I don't get in trouble for this, but it's all right. And then like 5 minutes later, there's a team meeting out in the common area, outside. So the whole team, obviously the whole team knows about it, because Jordan's been going crazy about it, and obviously me and him were pretty good friends at the time, I'm like, I had to be with him or whatever, but it's like, man, what I thought, listen, Coach Shelby pulled up on a golf cart, right? He made us wait there for 10 minutes, right? And when I say my anxiety was through the roof, it was hot. It's probably one of the hottest days of the year, to be honest. Bethel. Man, he says, let's go. Full blast on the golf cart. Full blast on the golf cart. And we're running after him, right? And then within 10 seconds, I'm like, whew! I'm like, I didn't prepare for this, I'm going to be, slacking. And I really can't do that because, I wasn't in the position to, not that I'll ever be in the position to slack. But, I was like, I got to really put my stuff on. Okay, we go to this building, right? It's about probably 200 yards away. So we've ran a good bit, And then there's a wrestling room in there. We're like, what in the military Coach Freeman stuff are we going to do as a punishment? We go in, right? And then to the left, there's a pool. Huge pool. Olympic swimming pool, anyways. And then I'm like, what kind of Coach Freeman Navy SEAL stuff is this going to be? And I'm like, man, if he makes us just float there, I'm like, I know plenty of guys on the team that can't swim. And who's to say I won't cough up and I can't swim? If we're like that, no, I'm just joking.
Can Jordan swim?
No, he doesn't float. So, anyway,
He doesn't.
Anyways, so when I say I thought we were finna have the worst punishment I've had in my life, which is not even. There's another camp story which some people already heard, but he was like, "We are doing, jump in," and then we were kind of like, what's this guy talking about? And then we're like, and then he was like, and then someone, it wasn't one of the seniors, just go running in, and then all of a sudden the whole team just runs in, and we're playing. We spent 3 hours just having the time of our lives, just playing as a team.
So the entire team ran the 200 yards.
Oh yeah, well we had to wait for some people, but
Was Jordan in the front or the back?
Oh, let's get off Jordan.
So you guys didn't figure out who took his snacks?
No, we have some speculations, but, it's still a mystery to day one. I'm just glad we didn't get in trouble. Phew.
Our coaches really know how to make a punishment.
Yeah, I love the punishment. Fine Irish?
That's probably that's going to be one of the ones that we highlight during my class of 2024.
Yeah. I love Kettle. Sits with me every day at lunch. If he's on here, I can't see what he's saying, but
we'll go over the chat whenever
definitely
we're finished. So make sure that you guys are leaving your questions and your comments in the chat, and we will go over from the top to the bottom afterwards. So, you have, like, how do I phrase this? You have played in many games, correct? So,
Yeah, a lot. I've played in every game.
So,
I played from my first game, Ross U. I started on special teams.
really?
You know?
What's that atmosphere like?
Well,
obviously, I'm not a person that plays a lot. So,
Right.
what was that atmosphere like for you, freshman? Start like new guy here, and you're playing against the crosstown rival.
Crazy, man. When you look at it, like I said, because I was on. Just to clarify, I was on the most important special teams there is. PAT, right? You listen. Look at the playoff games.
I mean, they can win a game.
How many? And when I say, really all I did was, if you ever been online, we've all seen the practices. You just step down.
Mm.
I got my ass clobbered. I mean, I got my butt clobbered. But field goal went in, and I ran off the field like I was an all-star. When I say you look around and it's like there's so many fans there, but it's like you're in your own world.
Mm.
I say probably the loudest games are at when I'm the quietest. It's like the energy it brings you, and the energy that really Clarksville High students and the Clarksville High fan base and the student section gives you, and everyone in that arena, when everyone's in that arena is cheering either for you or against you, it is so electrifying. And for me to really be in that position when I was a freshman, I say, I just want to thank Coach Shelby, for, I was a lanky kid, I started off, I wanted to be a receiver, he's like, no. He saw me hit. Listen, we had a like little like powwow my freshman year, where it was like, it's called the Baby Bowl, right? And it's like freshmen and sophomores. And when I say,
Like a scrimmage.
Yeah, like a scrimmage, right?
I think we did that my freshman year.
Mm-hmm. So before that, a day before that, we had went to the field, right? Mm-hmm. Late at night. Not late at night, I say that. It was probably like sundown. Anyways, one-on-ones. Ooh. One-on-one straight up, mano-a-mano, right? And when I say I didn't lose a single one-on-one.
Wow.
I didn't lose a single one-on-one.
Whether it was offense or defense?
Whether it was offense or defense. I just, and what really happened, it was me and Chris Allen, right? Mm-hmm. Chris Allen's one of my good friends right now. We don't talk a lot, but he's someone I can trust. But, it's like we went up against each other, and I laid his ass out. When you have the whole team around you, and then Coach Conway comes to you the next day at breakfast, you're like, you're not a receiver anymore.
Oh,
you're an outside linebacker. Let's go, baby. That's exactly what I went to. I was getting reps at receiver. It's like, but that year we had Devin Bender come in. We had Dante Hurt come in. But before they came in, I was starting. And then they came in, and then I want to say it was a big letdown to me, but I want to say it wasn't.
Because it opened up a new opportunity.
Not even necessarily about opportunity for me, but when those guys came in, Devin came for baseball, Dante transferred in, whatever. Gavin Hams was on the team. Shout out Gavin Hams. Anyways, I was like, I had no business starting receiver. I had no business. I was probably the most athletic freshman, yeah, but for me to be starting receiver every play call, no, unrealistic. I wasn't gonna get the ball thrown at me. Mm-hmm. When those guys came in, an opportunity opened up for me to go play somewhere else. Where I could actually get on the field. It's like the team's gonna be better. Mm-hmm. The team's gonna be better, and that's really all I care about, even to this day.
Team first.
Definitely. I could care less. All state, all region, all city, all district, whatever. When I look at that, I'll be like, yeah, that's cool. What did we do this year? We went
second round of the playoffs.
Second round of the playoffs, right? What did we do last year?
Second round of the playoffs.
Second round of the playoffs. How many did we lose by last year?
How many did we lose?
To Northeast. We lost by 2, right?
Yeah, it was 2.
And when I say after that game, man, I come in there. Obviously before that, we had played them in like week 4, and we got our butt handed to us. Mm-hmm. I remember after that game, I was like, Shelby said, we're probably going to have another chance at it. And when I say that team my junior year, we weren't the fastest. We weren't the biggest. We weren't the strongest. Obviously, we had Nick. Shout out Nick. We had Nick, Colton, Bradley, all those big guys. But when I say that our expectations going in that year, and even the first 3 games, we were 1-2. It's like first 3 games, 1-2.
Kind of looking like
it's kind of looking like a 5-5.
Yeah, it's looking
4-6. Who wants to be 4-6? And then when I say we lost to a hometown team on our home field, and the whole dynamic switched from then on. I think we went on a streak. We went on a streak. I remember being so that Monday I was so pissy, and we went on a streak. Obviously, we came up short. I look at that game, I got kicked off a huddle last week, so can't look at the games anymore. I mean, that they deleted, but anyways, it's like
this is something that that we've experienced as like underclassmen, is that whenever you are probably one of the best players in Clarksville High history, at least recent history.
Yeah, I'd say.
So
you said that. I see. I don't really care about that.
Whenever we see, whenever we're preparing for a big game, we understand, as kind of I don't know if it's everybody else, but at least I understand that this guy, whenever what time do you wake up in the morning?
Right now, well, my whole senior year, I wake up at 8:30. I gotta be at school at 9:05.
So the second you step into that building, that you are ready to play a football game.
Definitely. Going back freshman year, you asked me what time. Obviously, you're expecting, you wake up and crack it on. My freshman year, my sophomore year, I didn't have lifting periods. I was in there every day, 6 a.m. Not every day, but 6 a.m. Lifting. With the overclassmen. When I was lifting with Ford Cooper, who I think all-time great, Clarksville High. When you look at Ford Dunn, I know you don't know him, but when you look at how Ford impacted me, how Seth Phillips impacted me, how Brandon Armstrong impacted me, and it's like looking back when I was a freshman, I looked up to those guys so much, right? Mm-hmm. And now, even as a senior, I see what they're doing. Ford doesn't play football anymore, but Brandon, All-American, Mm-hmm. Seth, he's working his way up at Lindsay, You even got Quante, who was balled out last season at Lindsay. There's tons of guys who have really set this foundation, right? And for me to really carry on what Ford Cooper said, what Josh Watch said, is the goal. It was the main goal I really had.
So you talk about whenever you lost on your home field last year.
Yep.
What?
It was 40 to 10, 14. It was terrible.
What?
They ran for 400 yards.
Was that one big fat running back? That one fat white running back?
Yo, they said talk louder.
The one the fatter white running back that none of us nobody on the team could tackle.
Yeah.
I remember.
Bowling ball. He didn't play his senior year. I don't know what happened to him, but he was very good. We couldn't stop him. I tell you, he was probably they had LePepe too, middle linebacker. Mm-hmm. He was all over the field for them, right? Yeah, I pancaked him a few times. It's on tape, but he's at Austin Peay too. I'm excited to work with him.
So what really switched? How was it just the embarrassment of losing at your home field? Letting everybody down, was that what really your mind a light switch went off?
Definitely, and not even with me. I say the whole team. Because the worst thing you can do is get complacent. And when you get complacent, it's you're winning games. You're not winning them by that much. You lost to Stewart's Creek. Yeah, Stewart's Creek was a good team, but you should have lost that game. Mm-hmm. It's no. We really put our foot in the ground, and when I say that Monday we had full pads on. We were going, the the whole 2.5 hours or whatever, and it was probably one of the best practices we had all year. I was like, the team, listen, the Clarksville High foundation is so strong. Where
we have 100+ years of it.
Exactly, 116 actually. Hashtag Team 116 on Twitter. Anyways, when I say we're Clarksville High, we're the top of the city. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows. For us to lose to some Dirty Birds, no, we weren't having it.
So, what was your greatest game ever then? In the high school era.
Let's talk about my worst game. Final game of the season last year.
Really?
Beach.
You're saying that's your worst game?
Fumbled twice in the first half. And when I say we were across our mid, when I say that haunts me to this day, man, I was standing up last night thinking about it. I was like, how in the world? I've never fumbled in my life.
I remember, because of course I've had to play, I was standing on the sidelines, and there was like this feeling on the team bus going there that like, hey, like no matter what happens this game, like we can really win it.
Definitely.
We believed that we could win it.
Definitely. When we go and Coach Shelby says we're going to be good in November, you have to trust that guy.
He brags about it to us all the time, but he has one of the best playoff records in the city, if not the best.
When I say, Coach Shelby and that whole coach staff, where Stanley made, has really, if you buy into them, the possibilities are endless. Because no matter how big you are, how small you are, they're going to put you in a place to succeed. Yeah. And which is like, you go down, Beach obviously has a lot more D1 athletes than we did. Right?
They have, I think you could look at everything that they have from just like their funding, they have it better than us.
But that's not even, but when you look at the first half of the game.
We were in that. It was
we were in that, and what did we do? We fumbled. I think
we were inside like the 25-yard line,
and we pooped down our pants. I never fumbled. Well, actually, I fumbled Stewart's Creek. It didn't go out. It's supposed to go out of bounds, but anyways, and when I say that was like the little, like just those two plays, I probably played my butt off the whole game. No. Not probably. I did play my butt off the whole game. There's tons of highlights that I have in that game, but I say that is my worst game, and I felt so. When I say after that happened, it's like I went from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7, and it's almost like I was like flatlining on my deathbed. I was like, I really have looked forward to this moment for 5-6 weeks. Them trash talking us, them doing whatever, them running all over us,
Because we had played them earlier in the season, and we had gotten our butts kicked.
But when I say I looked forward to that every day, and that's my worst game. I don't want to put all the blame on me, but I do want to put all the blame on me. We were in that game, we could have been up at least one score, and then for us to be, that just even scoring before halftime, scoring there, you don't understand. When you go back to the locker room and your mindset's up here instead of, oh, we're losing, even if we were still in the game, and obviously those are killer blows, it's like.
It's like your entire mindset changes.
Yeah, but, we still, something I love about this team, we still, from 12 minutes in to 0, we still win 100, and my guys, Caden, they were chopping up with linemen, heck yeah, I'm gonna say, let me get in there, let me fight for y'all, because I'm never gonna have this opportunity to fight for y'all again in this setting. Obviously I'm gonna fight for you outside the real world. I'm gonna fight for the Soybirds outside the real world, but it's like when I say, it's just feel like a letdown. It's just but obviously, I don't want to say it happens, but it does. and we just had to learn from it each and every day. You know, maybe I should have took ball security more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe should practice one more day. It's like that.
The little things.
Yeah, it's always the little things that you really, you're so mindlessly about, but it's always the,
So whenever you're looking at like for me personally, I remember being on the sidelines. Of course, I didn't play. Like watching your emotions throughout that game and how they fluctuated. You went from being as hype as you could be, because I feel like you were probably the main leader for at least my 2 years there. Like everybody was like, if this guy's gonna go, like everybody wants to go to war with you.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing you emotional on the field during during your senior speech was just like that was just such a surreal moment for me. Just realizing like the amount of dedication that you have to the entire program as a whole.
Yep.
So tell me what's going on in your mind whenever you're in that like emotional state, like finally realizing like this is gonna be the last time I ever throw on my jersey.
That's really a hard question to answer, and I don't think I have enough energy to answer that. I don't really want to, when I say I think it runs through my head every day, but for me to really go back to that, it just wouldn't be in the best interest for me, my mindset right now. So, yeah.
Well, on a lighter subject.
Yeah,
I feel like
let's switch it up. Let's switch it up.
A dark tone.
Kumbaya.
We're gonna talk about the stuff off the field. What does Chris Bagatini do off the field?
What I do off the field? Man, I started watching Star Wars about a month ago. Man, I love that. Boba Fett. No, when I say I haven't even watched a movie before.
Really?
A single movie. I'd always been like, yeah, it's Star Wars.
All of them?
I sat down and watched all of them in a week.
Wow.
And when I say Padme is the hottest girl I've ever seen.
Oh man.
And I really, I follow some Star Wars Twitter accounts, to be honest with you, just to stay in the loop.
I've seen like what's big on like Star Wars stuff is like those theories.
Mm-hmm. The huge theories that people were like, you never realize how in depth people are about that stuff. But honestly, it's something like because there's so many levels of that stuff. It really intrigues me. Mm-hmm. I like it, Obviously, my girlfriend doesn't like to watch it, but she'll deal with it. What else I do? I used to play basketball. Quit that. Too much running. No. I play tennis. Yeah. I play tennis each and every day. And
why tennis?
Why tennis? Shout out Johnny Raymond. Tennis is, and people probably don't even want to hear this, so I'll only keep it a little bit. But when I say the amount of fun I have playing tennis is surreal. It's hitting a little tiny ball instead of a whole person. It's obviously so different, but it's like so rewarding to me. I love it.
Do you think that your tennis skills have translated to your football skills? Like it's helped at all?
It helps me think more, because tennis, obviously, you're one-on-one against, another tennis player, and you gotta really analyze his weaknesses. If you're, because like last year, I was all right, but I wasn't like good where I could do whatever and still win. I had to really try, and I still do, but it's like you gotta analyze these people's weaknesses out there from the get.
You like watch film for tennis?
No, you really just fill them out, and when I go up there, puff my chest out a little bit, I can really tell what a person they are and how they're gonna take this situation.
So with that being said, we'll go to the chat to see what they're saying.
Yes, sir.
So we got some. So what are your plans for the future?
My plans for the future. That's a good question. I want to get a business degree with Austin P. Go there, get my own business doing something, whether it's, I love working outside, so it'd probably be, laying sod, pressure washing, doing whatever I can, construction work.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think
Ryan is Bay.
CHS.
Ryan is Bay.
What do you
Yes,
think
sir.
CHS will be after you leave? Like, what do you think? What are you looking for, like, as a prediction in the next couple of years?
Obviously the success is going to continue because like when I see the guys that are in there every day and how that just really people buy in every day. When I say that program is on the rise, and you never want to be on a stagnant program. You never want to be the West Creeks of the team. You never want to be on the Kenwoods of the team. Shout out Jalen Washington. Anyways, it's like we're Clarksville High. We're going to be there, and we're tough. We're tough.
So, give perspective about your freshman year to your senior year.
Perspective from my freshman year to my senior year. That's a good question. My freshman year to senior year. My freshman, obviously everyone's scared of everyone's scared of a new situation they're going to achieve in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, I shaking. Listen, I have a good story to tell. I have a good story. So it's eighth grade school. No, I don't like the Seahawks. Anyways, he's probably talking to you. Anyways, so it's eighth grade lifting, right? And Coach Shelby sits us down. He's like, what are your plans? And then mind you, it's the whole eighth grade group, right? And I'm like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, do one. And then what I say, I didn't notice it then. It was like kind of irritated because like little did I know, like 3 years ago, like last year, it finally occurred to me that like anywhere is an opportunity, and for me to be, and kind of like an asshole, my eighth grade would be like D1, I would go D1, I would go D1. It's like for him, it's like, this guy, he probably hears that every day. So, but definitely it's a big transition being a freshman to being a senior, but you're still compacted with that team. You're still, if I were to look at, I wouldn't say I'm any different freshman year, senior year. Obviously I've grown, but when I say I still have this, I probably had more impact on the team, my later years, but I was still a part of the team. I had this, the team was still in me, so I don't really feel like there's much to any difference besides anything that you can really work for.
So, this is normally a question that I like to leave off on. And what is it that you would have, if any, have any changes to what you had during CHS?
Aiden, when you asked me that, you called me and you woke me up. First of all, I was kind of mad that you woke me up, but it's alright. I needed to wake up anyways.
It was like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Listen, Ryan, I work my butt off during the week, man. On the weekends, I want to sleep in. What was the question again?
What would you change from your, like, anything that you would have done differently, or what you would have told your freshman self looking right now? Like, say you're right now and you were to go back in time and you were to give your freshman self, like, tell them, like, what to expect. What are you telling them?
I tell them to expect to come to work every day, because that's what Coach Shelby demands of you. If you're going to be a player, you're going to listen to him, and you're gonna do whatever he says. And like any head coach, you're obviously going to put trust in people who know more than you. And getting back to what people ask me all the time. Oh, do you have any regrets? Would you have done anything different? Heck no, I'm not doing nothing different. Because at the same place, at the same time, it's like I'm in this position. I'm in a great position, but I also feel like I've worked my butt off for 4 years, and no one can take that away from me. So to say that, oh, I do this different, oh, I work out harder, no, because it's not possible. I've literally put all of this, in what I can, and this game is rewarding. So
Vlone says, do you feel like coaching can ruin your feel for a game?
See, that's kind of a weird question, because like obviously all the coaches I've had in my life, I really for one, took them with a great attitude. I feel like if you have a negative attitude going into with someone who's demanding something out of you, obviously they can ruin your mindset, right? But you have to have a positive attitude, because it's like it's like your mom, telling you to do something. If you're having a negative attitude all the time, you're gonna be grounded. It's like as long as you have a positive attitude, you just really gotta buy in. I've never met me and coaches have had differences. I've been in the AU circuit, right? And I was on a fast break, but he calls a timeout. I was about to dunk, and yeah, me and him went back and at it. But I saw him the other day. We didn't have
No beef.
No beef. It's all love. At the day, we're all playing a sport that the coach loves, and the coach is dedicating so much time. You don't realize how much time they really dedicate.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I enjoy my Sundays for watching football.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Shelby and Coach Stanley enjoyed their days watching huddle and sitting as huddle at the table.
And when I say to be like negative towards them in any way when they're just trying to help you, what are you doing?
They've give so many opportunities.
Definitely.
From being a player or being like you don't even have to be the star. You could be like me.
Because you don't understand. Coach Shelby wasn't a star. Everyone thinks, you're a head football coach. You must have done this, that. No, he wasn't the star. But you really don't even have to be a star to understand the game, in which he understands the game like nobody else. If he didn't have probably the job security for one, he loves his life right now. He'd be coaching, wherever.
I think if he wasn't at CHS right now, he'd definitely be coaching somewhere.
Definitely. But why would you put your family in a situation where you don't have a job tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I love Coach Shelby. I love Mrs. Shelby. I love little Lucy because she's adorable, and she's very funny. She doesn't know red. She doesn't know the color red because red school.
Oh.
They had a teacher, but she didn't know. It was pretty funny. It's like they've done so much to me.
With that being said, any questions from chat? Otherwise, we will end this here. So get your questions into the chat. We'll review it again. McLean says, 2 daddies and 1 video. Sheesh. So, make sure you subscribe to McLean, best lifting channel on YouTube.
Besides Russell Orhe and Bradley Martin. Even though he's... Do you know Bradley Martin?
I've heard of him.
Oh, then you don't know. Yeah, it's okay. All right, any questions? I think I can go play tennis now, yeah?
All right. Well, Bags, I really do appreciate you coming.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate you having me on.
With that being said, we're going to end it here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure that you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and make sure you share this out with all your friends. Again, another special thank you to Chris Bagatini for being such a great teammate and helping me out here, coming on to my show.
Yes, sir. Aden, anything from boys.
All right. Everybody have a good night.
Sweet.